Hey guys, Tank here. Today I wanted to do something special or different. I am going to work on my Gatekeeper live, and what I want to do is actually install the light bar in the front, which is going to be under the hood. This is about a 55 millimeter light bar, which is about US 2.1/16 of an inch. So it has no controller on it, but I do have a light controller. Everything that I will be putting a link below. So it doesn't mention on Amazon, that's where I got it from, this light bar works up to what voltage. But I am going to put it onto my receiver, so it's going to get whatever the receiver gets it. So should work out fine. And on this mount, there is all the hardware that came with it for the light bar. So ARC Recreation, how are you? For anybody that wants to join in, I did do a Zoom meeting. So theoretically, if you come into the Zoom, you will be in the Zoom meeting. Nobody will see you, but people will hear you. So I got the audio from the Zoom coming back to here in OBS. So hopefully that should work. So anyways, work on my Gatekeeper, installing a light bar in the front. So I decided to do that live, and hopefully people are going to join in, chit chat, and talk to me and all that. So without further ado, let's go down and see the car. So basically what I like about the Gatekeeper, everything actually opens up, and with a hinge in the front, and you can actually mount things in the front. Yay! For ease of install, maybe I should have taken it off and take the cage off here and actually work just with the cage for now, and then we can reinstall the cage after. Hey guys, hey Kurtz, hey Steph from the LED Wheel. Guys, check him out. He does a lot of 3D printed stuff, and also for my hot rod that I got from my buddy, I am going to need some stuff reprinted for him, especially the front of the motor, the pulleys and all that. He actually modified it and actually lost some of the parts, so now I have to get them reprinted. So I know that Steph did it for him originally, so hopefully he'll be able to do them for me and send it off to me. Hey, Metzi House RC, Sean's RC Adventure, Adam. Like I mentioned, if you guys want to come in here, drop me an email at thethankrc@gmail.com, and I'll send you a link, and you can come into the Zoom. Nobody will see you, but they will hear you. So I got the audio coming through here, and you should see everything that I'm actually broadcasting. Decided to try this and try something different today. There we go. Take the front end off. Put this aside for now. And now I can just concentrate on this a little bit better, and things won't get in my way now. Hey Gurus RC, how are you doing? Kurtz RC, LED. Keep hearing about the people breaking the front cage mount. Really? Man, they must be hitting that thing hard. I did a bunch of tumbles with it and things like that, so I never had any issues with it so far. So I know some guys really are bad and abuse them a lot, or have worse terrain, like a lot of rocks. I haven't taken this to a lot of rocks yet, but a lot of trail riding, a lot of flips and things like that, so hopefully everything's going to hold up. But yeah, some people, depending on temperature and all that, they will break things. But how is yours holding up, the LED wheel? I know you have one too. Is yours holding up? Hey JD Passel, how you doing? Adam, how you doing? Is this the current vehicle? Well, it is very current. It arrived last summer. The Gatekeeper actually arrived last summer, so it is a full cage. A lot of people are saying the cage is heavy. I don't think this is heavier than a... It's actually lighter than a hard shell. Maybe a little bit heavier than a Lexan, but by the time you put all your accessories on that Lexan, it is going to get heavy. You want it lighter, you could take this off or put it more at the back. There is places you can actually put it differently. A lot of people actually just remove it. There's nothing in it into this fuel cell, so it's cool. I'm gonna go see if anybody's in the Zoom. Nobody's in the Zoom. Okay. Take a little drink of water before I get going. I talk too much and my mouth gets dry. Just wondering, are you guys hearing me good? I'm not sure which mic I got set up here. Are you guys hearing me very good? Not sure if I got that mic set up in the front of me or my other microphone. Let's go see. Property. Okay, I do have the front mic set up, so it should be good. Just got the Tamiya Hornet. Cool. And waiting, and still waiting for the Traxxas VXL brushless combo to arrive. Oh, you're gonna put the VXL into the Tamiya Hornets? Wow. Loud and clear. Yep. Okay. Cool. Thank you. So, the hardware that came with this basically was 2.5. These holes are exactly 2.5. So, what I decided to do is use a 3mm hardware that I have and actually just put one, because the holes are not quite the same size. I could drill it out, but because this is underneath the car and nothing's gonna hit it, I don't think anything's gonna be in its way, and it's gonna be a lot of torque on this. So I'm just gonna put one screw, and one screw should hold this pretty good. So we're gonna screw this into there. If I line it up in the hole, I'll be okay. That's what she said. I know this, you guys. Hey, Yo1, comment ça va? Yo1 has been doing a lot of GTA playing. He's playing a medic, which is kind of cool. I was seeing him earlier. They were doing a transplant of somebody's privates, so it was kind of cool. Yeah, guys, some of you don't know, but if you actually type in one word, shot out in one word, I have Nightbot that would actually give you a shot out. So just type shot out in one word, and you'll see you'll get Nightbot to actually show a path to your YouTube channel. So there we go. I installed the 2 mounts on there. Under it, only one screw, but there's nothing that can actually hit this. So one screw to me should be sufficient. And I'm actually using the original holes for this, and I looked at it quickly, and it's going to be tight, but it should fit in there no problem. That's a little tight. It does squeeze in, but with a little bit of elbow grease, we'll make it fit. Now, for the side screw, debating if I should put a Loctite on there. Come on, where's the hole? Right after this, I am gonna put a light controller onto this. Man, why did they give me so long screws to put in here? Must be at least a 10mm, and I just barely have to go in there. So I'm gonna use my own little kit that I got. If you guys are into RCs, there's a lot of companies that do this. This one is from Screw Loose. It's a Hex Head Hardware. So these are black button head. Lots of different sizes, a lot of different stuff. So I'm going to put a 6mm in there instead of the big long one that they gave me, which I believe is 10. 10 or an 8. And it is a 10. So I'm just going to put these two 10s into here and put it in there. There we go. Kurt's RC is using the shot out button. Thank you for the thumbs up. Like I mentioned, if you guys want to come in here, I did send people an email to actually come in here into the Zoom. So you are more than welcome to come in. And like I said, I am using the brackets that came with this. It's a little tight using the same holes, but she fits. That's what's great with metal and plastic. It bends a little bit. Gives you more flexibility. Hey RC Master, how are you doing? How's everybody doing today? Over here it's friggin' hot like crazy. So I was supposed to go cut the grass, but my wife says do it later, do it tomorrow, do it another day, because it's really crazy right now. So I'm looking at the angle of this to actually make sure I can tilt it down, because it is very tight right now. There we go. And I want it to be pointing down and not up, because I want it to be, this is going to be pretty straight. So what I did with my other light bar, see this one is all white, but what I did in my other one here at the back, I actually took it off, and I actually use, I think I use a marker, or yeah, I use a marker, and I went all the way around the white bar that was in it, and actually made it all black. So when you're riding with it, you barely see it, and when it's on, this is a multicolor LED one, so very interesting. It's got an onboard controller and all that. And how you can tell if your light has an onboard controller, basically it should have the 3 wires, so black, red, and white, and that tells you that you can control it with your receiver. This one only has red and black, so that means I cannot control it with the controller. Okay, still only one person there. That's good. Doing work here. Cool. Okay, now the light is actually installed. Like I mentioned, nothing's going to be hitting this light bar, which is nice, and the light should come out of there pretty good. And that's a 55mm LED that I put here. I did purchase a shorter one last year, but there was some LED that were broken, and it's under a $20 light bar, and I wanted to ship it back, but Amazon wanted me to pay for shipping. So I said it was going to cost me more for shipping than to just keep it, so I just kept it. It still works, but kind of sucks. Oh, looks like GD Passel also hurt himself. Sir Chirpalot did hurt himself. He got his arm squished. He does a lot of transportation and things like that, so hope he feels better soon. I don't know how long he's got till to actually get things done. So let's reattach this thing onto here. And then we can clean up the wires and hook it up to my receiver. And my phone is beeping. Anything important? All good. Okay. I got a little bit of sand on my desk, and Well, I think it comes from the truck, but I need to get an air conditioning just for down here. We did get our air conditioner fixed. It was broken, but now it's fixed, so upstairs it's nice and cool. Can't wait to build an indoor 1/24th scale crawler course. Cool, good for you. That's one thing I am not gonna get, is a 1/24th scale truck. To me, I see no purpose in them. For me personally. I've had lots of tiny trucks before, or smaller scales cars, and I still do. I still have some, but I am not gonna get into the 1/24th scale craze that's going on right now. I'll leave that for others, and I'll just keep going with 1/10. So, you know, it's pretty awkward screwing this screw kind of backhand, because I'm holding the cage up a little bit. Now it's a little bit better. So it does have a little bit of a limit to it, which means when you open it up, it's not really touching the ground. It's just holding with the suspension here. So everything's there. So okay, so this light actually goes all the way up to the receiver box. And I need an extension for this one. Now on Amazon, I did find some extensions, and I have them here somewhere. I had them last week. So on Amazon, I found a whole bunch of different extensions, little 3-inch, 6-inch, 12-inch, and some Y cables, so for $16. So to me, this was well worth it, because I do some upgrades sometimes. So sometimes just looking on Amazon for control extensions, you get some nice stuff sometimes. So I think I'm going to need a little bit longer ones to get this one all the way up to the front. This one might be a little too big, too long, but it's not bad. By the time you put everything in there, line up everything, and find a path for it, and what is the best path? It's you guys' guess as where you want to put them. So let's start cleaning it up. I think I put the rear light on my, the rear light is actually on my channel 6, I believe it is. And the front one, I haven't decided which one I'm going to put it at, so it doesn't really matter, but we'll find a spot for it. Now I'm just using some tie wraps that I have. These are my little tie wraps that I have to actually clean up the cables a little bit and make things look good. The one with Lee. Where is Brad Kalman? I have no idea. He does monitor his email once in a while. He did get an email, so I don't know if he's going to show up. But everybody that I usually sent an email to did get an invite to come in here. I hold no prejudice on anybody. Some people don't like him. I don't mind him, and I'm not going to tell people you cannot come on this show or come to talk to people. So if anybody wants to come in, they're more welcome to come in, as long as they keep clean and don't be not mad, but ignorant and things like that. So From here to there, I might as well go loose. Keep this loose. We'll tie these two together. Sometimes trying to make the path for these is kind of interesting, and is there a better path? It's up to your taste, where you want that wire to go and so on. So, oh, I still have to get my controller. I forgot the controller. These are the wide cable that came with this. So, with this kit, I believe I got like 3 of each, and I will put a link. This is all Amazon.ca. So, I do buy some stuff off of Amazon, but I do and still do buy some stuff from the local hobby store to help them out and support them. Let me go get my controller. Go find it. I cannot find it. That's not good. I had it last week. Let's look in my bag of, not my bag, but my box of goodies here. Maybe I stuffed it in there by accident. Hey, extensions from Team Great Hobby. This is another extension. More extension. Connectors. Okay, where the heck is my controller? I know I have one, but where did it go? Oh, Sean's getting ready for his own life. Yeah, Sean, once I'm finished here, I'll probably jump into yours. If you don't mind. That's not good. Where is my controller? I try to keep organized and keep all my stuff in the same spot, but for some odd reason, it ran away on me. Where did it go? Where did it go? Don't worry, take your time. Will do. Thank you. Okay, it's not there. How many times do you guys work on something and then can't find where the heck it is? I know it's in a very small bag because it's a very small connector and it looks like an extension, but there's a control board on it. So there's not much to it. Okay, let's go through these connectors again.
Hello, Mr. Frank.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? I'm looking for my...
I'm standing on a rock trying to get salted.
Standing on a rock trying to what?
get cell service at Warsaw.
Oh, you're at Warsaw. Oh yeah, some of you guys were going there this weekend.
See if I can get the video
to work. There we go. There we go.
Okay, cool. If you want to keep your cell coverage low, you don't have to turn on your video because nobody's going to see you.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
I'm hit and miss with signal anyway, so.
So can
Thought
you
I'd pop in and say hi.
Cool.
Hi.
Thank you. Can you guys hear Trail Critter RC okay in there? I think you can. I see the VU meter going. Oh, this is no fun. I can't find my light controller.
Uh-oh.
I bought a little controller. And now I can't find it. So how many people are with you at Warsaw?
It's just 3 of us.
Okay.
Hot today.
Yes, it is hot. Very hot. But you should have good shade there.
Oh yeah. That no lack of that.
Mm-hmm. Now the caves are closed, but you can still crawl around the caves.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that the area you're at right now?
Closed. No, we're on the other side.
On the other side, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some Ottawa guys going there for the first time, and they weren't at the G6 when it was. So they said, "Oh, we're just going to walk around and see if we can find where it is." You're going to do a lot of walking, that's for sure.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, Kurt's RC says, "Jake, what's up?"
Hello, Kurt. I can't see the chat, so hello.
Yeah. Sir Chirpalot, Warsaw is a great place to crawl. Go jump in the lake, he says.
That's where we're heading. We're heading back now and stay on the beach for a bit. So what are we doing to the Gatekeeper?
Come on, I had it. I'm installing a front LED bar completely in the front. It's a small 2.1 inch
Right
in the front from Amazon. And I did have a rear LED bar here that I installed. But this is a multicolor one, so once I have it connected, but this one does have a built-in controller. My front one does not, but that I did have one, but now I don't know where it is. I'm looking for it. Just go look in my other bin that I had the other day. Maybe I stuffed it in there when I cleaned up. Sometimes you clean up and you just throw everything in there and you wonder, where did I put that?
Well, we're going to move on, so I'm just going to hop off here because I'm pretty sure I'm just going to lose you anyway. So
thank you very much for dropping in. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad it's working out, that people can join in with the live video and actually check that.
I just saw you went live, so I figured I'd jump in, say hi, and we'll see you on Thursday anyways.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, so I'm trying...
All right, take care, guys.
You think what? Yeah. So I'm trying to squeeze the wire, the control wire here, between the shock mount and the servo to keep everything nice and clean onto one side, because I don't want anything to get pinched onto the cage when it closes. So what I'll do today, two of my shocks are actually leaking. Two of them are perfectly okay, but two other ones are leaking, so I might take them apart. There's nothing wrong with the shocks, but I probably mounted it wrong, or just when I turned it or bleeded them, my seal on top probably wasn't set right, so I will be putting it back on, so hopefully it'll stop leaking. So two of them are perfectly good, but the other ones are not. So let me put this light controller for now, put it on channel 6. And for now, until I find my light controller, I'm just going to put this on channel 5 or 4, doesn't matter. But this is going to be automatically on. So when I turn on the car, the front light will come on. There we go. Make sure everything stays there. I'm going to put a tie wrap. Hey Sang, how you doing? Oh, Sang was here in the Zoom call a couple minutes ago, but he disappeared. And now I gotta catch everything so it stays there. Sometimes you almost have to have 3 or 4 different arms or hands to hold everything together, especially if you want everything to look good. Nitro Freak is here. How you doing there, bud? I hate that. I got the wire and then I notice I missed one. So now I'll put another tie wrap. There we go. Now I gotta find a small battery for this. %, that should be good for a good test. Only one complaint I hate about this is that it only takes shorty backs. So I have lots of big batteries, not a lot of shorties, but something you gotta live with, I guess. Now here I could put a tie wrap to hold everything in. I don't like that the cable comes out off the side. So I'll put a tie wrap to hold everything there. I should have put the battery on the other side. Sometime, like when you put the battery here, this is actually right where the frame is. And sometimes it gives you a hassle to actually close the body. So what I'll do is I'll flip the battery around onto the other side. And I'll keep it on the bottom. Hey, Nitro Freak, got a shot out. Good job. Nitro Freak knows how it works here. If you want a shot out, just type shot out. You'll get a shot out. Okay. That's there. Power switch is there, so I'll close this up. See if any wires gets in the way. Nothing got in the way. So I'll turn the power on, see if I can get some smoke. Ooh, the light didn't come on. Did I connect it right? The rear one turned on. And if I turn on my transmitter, and then I can actually change the rear light. There's about 7 modes on it, which is nice. Night Rider mode. This is full on, but kind of a pulse that goes from side to side, which is nice. And then off. Then I can turn it back on. But my front one is not turning on. Why is that? I am on oh, it was me, bad me, connected it backward. Hopefully I didn't burn anything. No, I didn't. I connected it backward. Lots of lights. He said, let there be light. So right now I do not have my controller on there, but as soon as I turn on and off my lights, it does turn off and on. Just gotta find my controller. So now when I turn off the truck, light goes off. When I turn on the car, light goes on. Oh, I'm blind. So do not look in the LED right in there. So everything's working fine and everything's nice and bright. And everything is pointing down. Cool. Gatekeeper has a light. I was going to put one on top so I'd have 3, but I don't know. I like the clean look of the car without a light on it. So I don't know. I don't think I'll put one in front. This is going to give me enough lights. If I do any more lights, it's going to be little tiny lights on the bottom to actually do from rock crawling at night. So lights at the back to actually cover where the rocks are going to go. That's probably the only thing I'll do. This one should cover pretty much of the front. I don't think I'll put one here for the simple reason, unless I find that one that's really low profile, or maybe put it inside, but then when it goes inside it doesn't look as scale because I don't know, it's just weird. It just pisses me off that I can't find my light controller. No, I have it. I had it last week when I was working on my buddy's car. No fun. No fun at all. Yo1, see you later. Thank you very much for showing up. Super bright. Yes, it is super bright. It's nice and bright, front and back. So I like it. It's cool. Even the one at the back, when you look, this cage come with a second bar here that when you put it together, so you have one bar here and another bar here. And if you get a light bar that's how many inches is this one? This one is actually centimeters. It's 93 centimeters. So it's got to be without anything, it is 10 centimeters. Will fit perfectly. But me, I actually put shims. So I got mine a little shorter. So it was 95. So I did put a small shim on this side and a small shim on this side, and use a 3mm screw to actually hold it. And the way I got mine, the hole to hold it is actually forward, but I took just the the screw that actually holds the whole case on the side. I took the rear one off and I actually attached to it with a 2.5mm screw onto there. So, and it looks pretty good. It looks really good, this bar. You can barely tell when it's off that it's actually not supposed to be there. And I did do a lot of different things on this. A lot of details in the... I'm just going through the cycle of everything to actually get to where it's actually off. Here it is. A lot of details into the radiator. So, kind of painted with my chrome pen. All the fins are all chrome, but everything else is black. I did that on this side and the outside, so turned out pretty good. You made an inline power adapter for your lights control, I believe. Yes, for the front I will be putting an inline controller, but for some odd reason I can't find it right now. Green Frog is asking. So for the small little front one, I did buy one originally that had a built-in light controller, but there was 2 LEDs broken inside of it, so I didn't end up not using it. Maybe I could take it apart and actually just use a controller. That's a good idea. I just thought of that. But for this one, I will put an inline controller. I have it. It's here in my drawers somewhere. But I will try to find it and put it on. The rear one does have a built-in controller, though. So that one is nice. It has a built-in controller. So the front one, temporarily, I will put the inline controller. But it's a good idea to actually maybe try the other controller to see if it's actually going to fit. The one that actually has burnt-out LEDs in the front of it. Something to look at. Now this working, so, and the mess of wires looks pretty good right now. There's not too much. With the inline controller there will be a little bit more, but I can always hide the inline controller. Let me show you. Right now the inline controller is not there. So, but once I put it, I'll probably put it up front here, hide it somewhere in front or underneath the battery tray where people won't see it. It should look good. So, right now everything still looks good. I got a Mamba Micro X in here. Oops, sorry. Mamba Micro X as an ESC. I could have put a little bit bigger one here in the front. It would have fit. But my local hobby store recommended this one. It works. And I do have a brushless system in here. I have the 2280 kV in there. So it's fast. I wished it would have been a little faster, but it's fast enough to get me in a lot of trouble, especially going forward. When I go forward and I turn the steering right away, steering was very fast, and every time I just flipped. So I actually turned the dual rate lower. So when I turn now, it's a little bit slower. So it really helps me not flip over. So it's a good thing. Not flipping over is a good thing. Okay, so that's working. Maybe we can take off the shocks. I did send you an invite, Green Frog, to come into the chat. And nobody will see you, but people will hear you. So it's just an audio chat for today for people that actually comes in. That works there. Can I take the shocks off without? Yes, I can. That's one thing with this truck. With the wheels that I put on, sometimes you get really nice wheel that looks really scale. But man, sometimes going for the scale looks gives you way more trouble. Because I have to remove, to take off my wheels, I have to remove this cap, which has 5 screws. So I got to take off the 5 screws, remove the cap, then remove the nut, and then when I put it back, I put back the nut and put back these 5 screws. So time consuming, but it works. But this shock is really leaking, so let's take that one apart. And rebuild it. Just drive backward, tank, you won't need a front one. MMRC got a shout out. Good job. Yeah, I do have a rear light, a rear LED. Oh, no, I got a front one, so I'm all good. Oh, I need a short one. I need a smaller one, 1.5. Nope, wrong one. Hey Bob's RC, how are you doing? And we'll do a shock, take the shock apart to find out where it's leaking and why it's leaking. Like I mentioned, when I build them, it was my first time building this type of shock, which looks pretty much the same one, but two on this side are actually leaking and two on the other side are not. So maybe I was tired that night, I don't know. But now we'll get her fixed. Where is my tool? Here it is. Yeah, the rig has blue balls. They're actually Paul's balls. A guy called Paul, the one that does recovery ropes, gave me these danglers. So I put a wire there and I drilled a small hole, and now I got dirty danglers. This is a friendly channel, so please keep it clean. Man, that shock is dirty. Whew. Like I mentioned, this shock is full of oil. And full of dirt now. I'm going to have to look at which hole I had the shocks mounted to make sure I put it back at the right one. But let's take off the shock. And I'm going to have to look for my friggin' light controller. I can't believe I don't know where it is. I don't think I used it. Ugh, this shock is so dirty. For a second I thought I found my controller, but I did not. Anyways. I think there's a lot of oil left on this shock. And some people, when they build a shock and they start leaking, they blame the shock company, but it's 90% of the time it's not. It's how you build them. So this time I know, theoretically, it was me that actually screwed up on how to build these shocks. So there's something I did wrong, because the other two shocks are perfectly okay and the other two are not. Bob's RC says all I said it was hi. Okay. Oh, we have somebody that just jumped in. Must have heard his ears bleed earlier. Somebody was talking about you.
Actually, I'm on my way out to go run them my cars.
We have Brad Kalman. So nobody can see you, but people can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to save bandwidth, you can turn off your video.
Turn off my video?
Yeah, it's up to you. You can keep it on, but you don't need it.
You can probably see me.
Yeah, I can see you.
I just wanted to let you know I contacted the person in Canada who runs Small Trucks RC Canada, or Small Trucks Canada RC.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Nope.
Well, he's from Quebec, and since they discontinued my car, Jake told me that they had one at this hobby store that I thought he goes to. So I contacted the man. He said he doesn't usually send internationally. He said my thing went through and everything. He's going to send it to me tomorrow.
Cool.
So I talked to the guy for a while.
So he did have one in stock. It's just...
He had three of them.
3 of them. Wow.
So that makes me happy. He was wondering if it was he put down what the whole amount was in Canadian dollars, and it didn't even say anything about how bad the shipping was, but it almost looked like it was like 12 or 9 plus 12, like maybe over $20. I don't know. There was 2 things on the side, but I thought they were in Canadian, in the French language.
Okay. So how much did you end up saving buying Canada, or?
220 Canadian.
So US would have been how much?
I heard it was like $189. It was more than I wanted to pay, but oh well.
Okay.
Said they'll be sending it to me tomorrow. So, I mean, if the shipping's more than that, I still have like $52 left from what I already wanted to get, besides my washer and dryer, because they're both here now.
Okay.
Because I still want to. I bought some electronics, bought some ball bearings, bought some various other things. So I bought those 2 cars. The Grasshopper 2 Black Edition might be in July because it's on pre-order. They said that the Tire Harvey says they will still be getting those. They haven't said it was been stopped yet.
Okay.
So hopefully, he said he'd be sending it tomorrow. So I still have like $52 to have cushion if the shipping went. It was more, and I don't think it's going to be more than $52 if he had to add more to shipping. So what do you think?
Sometimes I try not to. It hurts my head.
Huh?
Sometimes I try not to think. It hurts my head.
Yeah, but I know you heard what I said.
No, I'm glad you found it. That's a good thing. You look for it and you persevered and you found it. So that's a good.
Yeah. Take God for my Canadian friends.
Yeah, well, good thing he noticed that there was some there that you could pick it up.
And the guy who has it says he didn't think his system would allow international travel, international setup.
Okay, and it did?
But it did. So he's sending it. I told him to join us too, so he can advertise his thing on your channel.
Okay. And
have another person to speak to. Get out there. I told him he should get out there more with us on your channel.
Good. Thank you.
And he's Quebecan, so I heard his. He actually speaks very good English. He does have a French accent, of course, a Canadian French accent, but you guys would get along famously speaking French Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Told him about you. That you speak French and you're in Ottawa, near Ottawa.
Cool. What's the company called?
It's called Small Truck Canada.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He says he gets his supplies from Utah, from Tamia. So the guy who orders for him in Utah sends his stuff to him.
Okay.
So I'm like, I can't believe he wasn't shipping to the U.S. in the first place, but he gets the stuff in the U.S.
I'm checking if this is going to bleed again.
I said he should make exceptions for when something is blocked. If in case anything like that happens again, he should make exceptions for the gray area when there's no supply coming to the United States anymore, and he has it. So.
So that kit, yeah, I'm going to look at that kit. Maybe it's going to be good for me to get, but I don't know if that's the one that I find ugly. But I'll look at that kit real quick.
Yeah, it's the black one with the gold colors on it and the gold rims. It's a live axle, but it's a DTO one, so its differential's different than the Grasshopper and Hornets.
Okay.
I was upset because I already bought the motor for it. I bought a super stock TZ motor for it, 26,500 RPM at 7.2 volts. So I can't imagine what's going to be at 7.4.
Okay.
At 50C, so it's going to be rightly fast.
Cool. So where are you going soon? You said you got to go soon. To where?
Yeah, I was hoping to get together with a couple of the guys who live out here.
Cool.
I was, but I didn't get another call back from him because I already talked to him. The Guru was one of the guys. He said he'd like to do something, but I don't know. He said he was going to Garrettsville for something, which something had to do with the hobby. I think he does a lot of crawling. So Icons, I'm hoping he joins me there. He said he'd call me back. We got it hold of him. I left him a message saying I'm on my way to Brookside Metro Park System.
Cool. Yeah, if ever there's any issues with shipping outside of the U.S., just let us know, because if you send us the money by PayPal or whatever, one of us could buy it for you and then ship it to you to the U.S. As a gift, or just ship it, but you might end up paying freight or duties or whatever. I don't know, because sometimes they do, but buying it directly from them, and if they do shipping, that's great. Sometimes they're not allowed. Like my 110 Hobbies says he cannot ship to the U.S. because his rules and regulation doesn't allow it. Because if ever they find out, if ever Tamaya finds out that they ship outside of the U.S., they might lose the rights to sell it. So.
Well, he says he's sending it to me. I already paid for it, so you have to return my money. So.
Well, not everybody's like that. Not everybody has that rule.
Has that setup on him in Canada?
Yeah, it's probably different. You might buy it from a different distributor. I don't know.
Well, he says his distributor's in Utah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I guess, but he's also in Quebec. I don't know if it's that way for all of Canada.
That's true.
So, and Quebec's your biggest, you in Ontario, I can't believe they do it to Ontario. And Quebec you guys have a lot of international stuff going in and out. Just because of the way your provinces are. Well, I hope he doesn't get in that type of trouble.
I should be okay.
I will know that for the next time. So I unfortunately don't have I had a PayPal, but it wouldn't load when I got it, when I wanted to put money on it. So I said to hell with it. I mean, I was able to get it onto the card once when I first bought it, and then but it didn't want to let me do it. It wouldn't even let me open up my card.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I would have to send you my debit card number.
Yeah, you can always do a transfer by debit. That's true.
And of course, you'd have to give me the information to do that. Of course,
the way it works is I give you my bank information, and then you send it directly to my bank. That's doable.
All right, transferring money to bank that cost me $15.
Oh yeah,
is that possible?
That's possible, but I've never done it U.S. to Canada. But Hey, listen, if that's the only way you're going to get your truck, then you don't have much of a choice.
Oh, it's a buggy, but that's 7 points.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you know this guy has 2 more.
True.
If you buy, just, I mean, I would love to see you use it, but I think it's one of the best DTO1 chassis that they ever made. It's got a longer wheelbase. It's got you got the oil-filled dampers on it. They're pretty much bulletproof, like the Hornets and the Grasshoppers. And they're not that expensive technically. And they're easy to put together, real easy. You could have it done in a few hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's how easy it is. And as far as I'm concerned, it's really good looking.
Taxes and duty when it comes to the border. Yeah, that's true.
What?
Bob's RC says you do pay taxes and duties when it comes across the border.
It does or does not?
It does. You basically have to, because the government, they want their part.
Actually, it's not the state. It's the state government that gets sent to, not the federal government.
Yep.
So maybe you can contact this guy so you can hear more of his story. I think he says he basically runs the place himself.
Oh yeah. Oh, that happens. Yeah. Just like 110 Hobby, it is a one-man shop.
Hey, it'd be cool to have you representing 2 hobby stores.
I do 2 already. Great Hobbies and the one in Ottawa.
Well, what's the third? That just ups your exposure.
Yeah, that's true. But there's only so much money I can spend.
Yeah, but you know what? Next thing you know, you're part of their distributor. To cheat the system as far as going with you know, you could be that intermediary where they don't get in trouble with Tamaya.
Could be.
Hey, play in the gray lines, right?
Yeah.
That's what it needs to be done. I mean, I think the better, the more exposure they get, and the more exposure you get that you handle that business with them, the better you are. Too. Because I'm sure they want to do business with the United States. People, they want to be able to have it sent to their other countries.
Yep. Their front shock is fixed.
What?
The front shock is fixed.
Oh.
It wasn't tight enough. It was leaking or something. Hey, Nick Baker, how you doing?
Yeah, as I was saying, that car meant a lot to me because it had a good significance with me.
Oh yeah.
That's why. Yeah, I bought that one myself when I was working, and that was probably one of the happiest parts of my life. My girlfriend was alive. I had my dog. You know. Life was much better than it is for me now. But life's gotten better since I've met all of you.
Good.
I don't want to disappoint you. It's just I had my girlfriend back then.
My wheel. Where'd my wheel go? Brad, did you steal my wheel? Oh, I got it.
There it goes. I see that beadlock's very popular. That look of wheel.
I bought this off a friend.
That could be 10 years old, that style, because I think I saw it on a 10-year-old video.
Probably. I don't think it's 10 years old, this one, but because it has the inner cap, and I don't think that they did those back then because it's more skill. Because it has an inner cap that you actually have to put on, which is a pain in the ass.
Well, I swore I saw that exact style.
Yeah, well, this style is kind of old, but what I mean is it does have a small cap that you put on it that hides the bolt. So
yeah,
that kind of style, that add-on style, that one is not too old.
So they just modify it to have that cap then.
Yeah. Yep.
So they did have metal rims back then, even 10 years ago. Beadlock metal rims.
Bob's RC says if it's not made in Canada, you're paying duties.
What?
Bob's RC says if it's not made in Canada, you're paying duties. No ifs, ands, buts about it. So you might end up having to pay duties once it gets at your door.
Duties and what? What? Someone going to knock on my door and ask for the money on top of it?
Yes. So when the shipper arrives, they might tell you, okay, you now owe $50 of duties, or you now owe $100 of duties. Like when I got the my TF2, the one I won off of Competition X, I ended up paying $175 of duties, tax and ship and freights and duties. It was crazy.
He says he's sending it through UPS, my postal service.
Yeah, postal service is pretty good. That's the one I usually get away with it the most. That I do not pay any taxes is when somebody ships me something from postal service. As soon as they start using a shipper, like Purelator or UPS.
Okay. He says he's using United States Postal Service.
Okay, that should be good.
So I shouldn't have to worry about that.
I can't guarantee you. You might get dinged when it gets there, but you might not. So I don't know. You'll see when it gets there.
All right, but you said that you've had no trouble sometimes with that.
Yeah, with postal service, it's pretty rare that I get dinged with extra duties or fees. And now we'll take off the rear shock. So I just I just installed some lights on this truck.
Well, hopefully that won't happen.
Mm-hmm. For you too, I hope it won't happen. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
I was told, someone said it actually sometimes it's cheaper for them to send to the United States than it is to inside the country.
Yes, it does. It's actually cheaper to send to U.S. Well, that's what 110 Hobby was saying. Yes, the last time he was on the stream, because some trucks he can send to U.S., some he can't. It all depends which one it is. Because last time he was on our stream, he was saying that it was cheaper for him to send across U.S. than it is to send across Canada.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing from him.
Yeah.
I forgot he wasn't even there last week. I was hoping he would be there last week.
Yeah, last week he was not there. Might get him to show up next week because I think he's going to receive the Traxxas dragster.
And you're going to go take a look at it in person?
I might. I don't know. It all depends how busy I am. Now I'm trying to clean the shock. Nick Baker says, the Tank RC, are you in Canada? Yes, I am in Canada. I am close to Ottawa, Ontario. And I used to have my own track, but now everything is gone from the track because the property got sold and the new owner got scared, I guess, because I was doing events and I had people there, and she said, nope, you cannot have any more track back there. Please take off everything you have there. So I removed everything, moved everything over to our buddies, and now we're going to have a new track at the new place, which is kind of cool. But 5 years in the making, my track, and everybody loved coming here.
Yeah. Who knows? G6 might have ended up doing one at your place.
I don't think so. I wasn't big enough for that. The property wasn't big enough.
You're on your way getting big enough.
But the other place is big enough. The new place would be big enough to host a G6.
Is he planning on doing any other tracks besides crawling and trailing?
Don't know. Yeah, some bashing and things like that. So
Good. I would love to hear that a mecha is being made. Mechas would get people from all over the world to it.
A mecha? What the heck is a mecha? Sounds like a robot.
The best place to a mecha is like it's the most wonderful place to think of running your cars anywhere because it has everything you need to run any type of vehicle in the hub. You have tracks for all of it.
Bob's RC says, I'm in Toronto, Ontario. Cool.
So that's what I mean by a mecha.
Okay.
A holy place. It's also used as another holy place for running RC.
Hallelujah.
I'm using that loosely, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. So basically, I hand tighten it as much as I could, and then I use my pair of pliers to hold this, and I just give it a little snug, a little bit more to tighten it because it was leaking a little bit at the back. But now it seems like everything is fine. So.
Oh, I did a video yesterday, so I will on my way out again. So, all right.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
See you later. Wonder if he got to upload videos again on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm doing it through my camera.
Okay. Cool. Great to hear.
Yep. Bye.
We'll check it out. Shock tuning. And then it was just me again. And let's put this guy back in there. At least it gives me a chance to clean up the truck. That's what I was talking to somebody the other day, is the only time I clean my truck is when something's broken. That's when I take it apart, open it up, and clean it up. Other than that, no reason to. Now, this one, because I didn't take the tire off, I might have problems lining it up. But let me just take it out of view for you guys for a sec so I can see it better. There we go. Yeah, I was lazy. I didn't take the rear tire off because I didn't think I need to. And it works up pretty good without me taking it off. So come on, get in there. My temp here right now is what yours is in Canada. Really, like, it's freaking hot here right now, that's for sure. There we go, she's all fixed. That one's okay, that one's not bad. There, now I just have to find my light controller and install the light controller in there. So I can turn on and off the front light. Cleanup time. Now, you guys probably know that once I go offline, I'll turn around and I'll probably find my light controller. That's what usually happens in my life is all of a sudden, ta-da, there it is. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope this was fun for you guys. It was fun for me to chat with you guys, with Nick, Bob's RC, and everybody else that showed up into the chat. So, guys, thanks a lot, and we'll be talking to you next time. And guys, go out there and go charge up your batteries and go out there and have some fun and break something. Because if you're not breaking anything, you're not having any fun. Thanks, guys, and we'll be chatting.